Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. My name's George from Inflation. I'm a financial advisor based in London, working for a company called Future Perfect. And today I'm going to give you my top 5 personal tips that everyone must know before taking out a life insurance policy. Each one of these tips that I'm going to go over today is broken down a little bit further. We have more information on that on the videos on our YouTube channel. I'll put all the information to that down below. And the last thing before we dive in is that me and the guys from Inflation have put together a fantastic life insurance cheat sheet that we'll be referencing throughout this video, and I really highly recommend you check that out. All you got to do, stick your details in below and you can download that for absolutely free. So without further ado, let's get in to tip number 1. So the first thing that you're going to need to know before taking out a life insurance policy is kind of two things rolled into one. And that is, how long am I going to need the policy for, and how much am I going to need protecting? This obviously varies massively from person to person and is completely relevant to an individual's circumstances. There's a couple of questions on the cheat sheet to get you start thinking about this, and the top link in the description will be a video sort of drilling down into that a little bit more and asking a couple more questions, so I recommend you check that out. So, over to tip number 2. The second thing you're going to need to know is what type of cover best suits your needs. Do you want to protect your family in the event of your death? Or do you also want to protect yourself in the event of a specific illness, like cancer, a stroke or a heart attack? This is where critical illness comes onto the field. I personally am a huge fan and advocate for critical illness. The financial impacts of having such illnesses can be absolutely devastating for yourself and your family. A critical illness policy will provide you with a lump sum payment in the event of such illness to help you and your family through the financial hardship. There is a video linked in below called What is Critical Illness, which explains a little bit more about that, and if you'd like to hear more, I highly recommend you check that out. So let's move on to tip number 3. Tip number 3, who's in control of where the money's going? Imagine this. You're in a relationship yet unmarried. You die, and because you're not married, the life insurance money goes to your parents. Your partner, who still has the liabilities like the mortgage, feeding the kids, looking after the kids, doesn't receive a penny. To be in control of exactly who benefits from a life insurance policy, you need to set up a trust. Online trusts are on the rise, but unfortunately it's all too common these days that people are taking out life insurance through comparison websites and not writing it into trust, leaving the decision of where the money should go to the policy provider. Alright, time to move to tip number 4. Tip number 4. What kind of payments do you want? In the event of death of yourself or your partner, would you like a lump sum to last you for an amount of time? Or would you be more comfortable with regular monthly payments decided when you take the policy out that will cover all your essentials like the mortgage, bills, food, looking after the kids, etc.? Both of these can be achieved through a financial advisor, and the cheat sheet below has a large section illustrating how this can be achieved and the differences between the two. Recommend you check that out. Alright, so let's move on to the last tip. Tip number 5. Tip number 5. What's in it for me? I totally get it. You're paying these premiums for your life insurance policy, and realistically, you yourself are not going to see the benefits. And there are still policies like this. Now, I could sit here and talk to you for hours about the different providers and all their little quirks that they have with the living benefits, but that's a different video. There's a lot more about this on the cheat sheet. Seriously, check it out. There's some amazing stuff that some providers are doing now just for owning a policy. Alright, so I couldn't not include this. This isn't strictly life insurance, however it falls under the same protection umbrella. There is a video below titled What is Income Protection? Yes, income protection is real, it's not a myth, which is something I've heard before, somebody actually thinking it's not a real thing. And you can insure up to 60% of your income in the event of you not being able to work due to an accident or sickness. That's all I'm going to say about income protection right now. Please check out the video below and give you a little bit more information. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you got something out of this, and I really hope you enjoyed. Please check out all of the other videos linked below, and head over to the Inflation website and subscribe to our mailing list to be the first to know everything about the regular videos and updates. And please don't forget to download the cheat sheet below.